I delivered Luca about 4:15 in the morning. So after I delivered him, they took me to my room and, I rested. And in the morning, my room was full. I hear a knock on the door, and it's the pediatrician. So she comes in, and she introduced herself, and she asked if everybody could, leave the room so her and I could discuss her visit with Luca. And she said, well, we have, some concerns that Luca was born with Down syndrome. How dare you walk into my room? Like, I was offended. Like, who are you to sit here and tell me that, here's this precious little boy could possibly, at that point, excuse my ignorance, mentally retarded. I was so afraid. Afraid that, as a mother, what do I do with a special needs child? I wasn't educated. I didn't know the first thing. I researched all I researched. My gut feeling said, there's nothing else out there that could possibly help my son. As long as it can't hurt him, that there's going to be no side effects, I'm not going to let this chance pass us by. And my husband agreed. He says, I don't want to go through life wondering, what if? Especially with everything we're hearing the stem cells are doing. They're injecting stem cells into mice and they're walking. I mean, there's numerous things that we're coming across. My mom and I nearly fell off the chair. Luca was sitting there, and with a quickness that he had never, ever, ever shown, turned his head to see where that music and that sound came from. He nearly broke his neck. I looked at my son and I thought, okay, he just didn't do that. He woke up. He was alive in his eyes. And that's the only way I could explain it. Here was this little boy that, up to this point, just had kind of like a stare. Luca is alive in his eyes. And again, this is the only way I can explain it. That baby woke up. There's somebody there. There's somebody back there. After the second treatment, I know you're going to think this is crazy, but Luca's head's changing. That typical flatness that children with Down syndrome have. They have a very flat forehead and a flat bridge of a nose, and typically the back of their head all tends to be flat, is rounding. I said, his forehead has rounded. I said, but maybe I'm just hallucinating. His ears are growing. Usually their ears are low set. The one ear has grown up above, that low set mark. There is something out there that could help. Give people the door, open that door for them, let them know, let them be able to do their own research and let them make the decision whether this is something for them or not, just to let people know that it's there. I never knew it was there. And I know that my child went down there being one personality, and within 24 hours was a completely different child. There is no other explanation other than the stem cells. There's just no, no other explanation.